Like poor Howie, you know, when Howie got tossed out of the club, Christ almighty, he had a stroke, you know, his mouth's hanging, he can't even talk. What that reminds me of back in the day is, you know, when I was prospecting from Minnesota, they had a founding member there that had a brain aneurysm, and like half his head, honest to God, was like missing, where they had to remove like half his head. He was shuffling his feet around. His name was Gramps. Oh, man, great guy. Great guy. Loved him to death. What I really respected about the Hells Angels in Minnesota, when I went up there, this is one of the things, Rick, that I, as a man, looked at and went, man, that's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah.
They took care of the old man. When they would go to functions, they would go pick him up, take him there, let him wear his patch. Good. You know what I mean? Because he was pretty much like ready for a nursing home. And they said an orderly came in there and was tying his shoes for him. And Gramps pulled his dick out and pissed on the guy. Oh, and they said that's when they knew he was okay. They would have took him out of there. But somebody ran and grabbed a baseball cap off his head that said Hells Angels on it when he was walking to the store. Every morning he'd walk and get a pack of cigarettes and a newspaper. It was a block away. So as prospects, we had to go pick him up. And that, let me rephrase that. That was wrong of me to say that. He would not let you pick him up. It was snowing out, bro. 10 below zero. I'd pull up there and say, Gramps, you ready to go? And he goes, yeah. And he come walking out, and I said, come on, we'll jump in the car. And he goes, no, we're going to walk. And I'm like, oh, damn it. No, it's freezing out, and we'd have to walk a block and get his cigarettes and his newspaper. And I'm thinking, damn it. All we had to do was get in the car when it took me 5 minutes. So then we walk back, and I say goodbye to him, and I jump in the car and split. And I'd have to do that like at 5:30 in the morning. And, bro, my point is they took care of him, Rick. Mm-hmm. And then one day this retard that they had named John in the club took him for a ride or something, tried to throw him off a bike. No, Gramps. And he took his patch, his ring, told him his daughter's name was Angel. I mean, his whole life was around the club. His whole life. And they took it away from him. And I'm going to tell you this, man, and I could say this firsthand to you. I went to a function. Sammy Crenshaw or something was playing at some place in Minnesota. And I went there, and we're listening to the music, and Gramps was there walking around. And I seen him. I walked up, I gave him a hug, and I said, hey, Gramps, what's going on? No, I didn't know all this shit because I was already gone, right? Yeah. I was out. You know that the guy's got his shit together, Rick, no matter brain aneurysm or not. Yeah. When he looks at you and he goes, and he was doing it like almost like they took my patch. They took my patch. They want me to cover up my tattoo. They took my patch. And that's all he kept saying. And so I don't care if you thought the guy was mentally retarded. He wasn't. Bro, he knew what was the good from the bad. Yeah. And he knew that them taking that patch meant the world to him, man. Yeah. And he started crying. Hey, bro, honest to God, he got me teary-eyed. And I was like, don't let it bother you, Gramps. But it did. It killed him. And the girl that was taking care of him, you know, his girlfriend, caretaker, she was super. Yeah. She took care of him so good. Her name was Cindy, right? Cindy was saying his heart was busted. It was broken. He didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to live anymore. The good thing I heard, many years later, when I was in the club, I heard that he got really sick and died. And the club went over there and they gave him his patch. And they said, hey, Gramps, we're sorry. You are Hell's Angel. Oh, you will be. Even though it was like, you know, frosting on the cake, but a little late. The birthday party was over. And, hey, he died right after that. In the bed, he died. But they buried him a Hell's Angel.
Good.
That's what I say when I tell you guys, that's like the Marines saying, be all you can be.
Yeah.
They realized they messed up, and they corrected it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a man in my size to do that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, whoever made that call to take it all from him anyway, like, I can
that
understand
was crazy, man.
Maybe they don't want somebody else to get that patch, right? So I kind of understand
right, I can see that.
Process in that. Like, if he's walking down the street, somebody's about to come up on a Hells Angels patch. That's not right. But
well, like I said, he had the Hells Angel hat on, and some kid ran by and pulled it off his head and kept it.
Right.
So
But-
that's the main reason why they didn't want him wearing that shit. But
they could've
Cindy,
talked to him about
right? But
it.
Cindy, she was cool. She'd say, no, you can't wear that out there. You can't wear that out there. And then he wouldn't because he was proud. He wanted, he's proud of who he was. So like I said, bro, they made good on it. And you know what? Man, there was so much of the club that I wish that they would look at somebody in the years they have in and go, man, is it really worth shit canning this guy? I think the only reason why they didn't shit can Sonny because the 911 call is because his name it was like embedded in with the Hell's Angels name, But I love the guy to death, man. He was a good dude. But we said our goodbyes a long time ago, and he messed up. And hey, like somebody just said to me yesterday on the phone, hey, bro, if that was you and me, they would have been jumping us out in the room, man. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, it's who you know.
Bert, Howie.
Yeah,
Not going to be buried. Hell's
Junior,
Angels.
Junior, all them guys, man. I mean, guys that I thought were definitely lifetime guys, But I thought I was too,
Yeah, you were built for it. You were built for it.
But somebody the other day asked me, do you think if the shit wouldn't have went down the way it went down with you, you'd still be an Angel? And I said, no, because there's things they're doing right now I would not agree with in the club. I would have quit. But if I were to still be in the club, I'd probably be doing a life sentence right now.
Yes.
Because as crazy as Las Vegas got out,
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't have pulled up, rubber, I say this is a joke, rubber bullets, but I think Rizzo did. I mean, shooting up those Vago guy. I mean, he really didn't kill anybody. He's gonna get as much time as he would have if he would have killed him. So.
Well, they just dropped all the RICO stuff on him.
Did he?
Yeah, but there's still the whole,
Listen, bro.
Charged with running up on him.
If I did 3 years for throwing some punches,
yeah.
I think he's gonna get a little more than 2 to 5.
Like, I've been trying to be so nice to Rizzo, but it's such a stupid move coming from Vegas. Like, if somebody in Vegas did something to me, I'll catch you. But it ain't gonna be on the 95 in the middle of the daytime and in a crowded freeway. Like,
Rick, that's one of the reasons why I left Las Vegas.
Yeah. Like,
They told me, bro, if you fight one more time in the state of Nevada and you get charged with a felony, even though I'm charged with it, they said you're going to do a small bitch, 5 to 12 years. And I thought, wait, don't you have to do like the same crime like 2-3 times?
Nope.
But they told me, no, you do it again, you're doing a 5 to 12. And I was thinking, I don't even think I have 5 or 12 years left. As soon as I got out, I told you, like, as soon as I got out, then I was on parole. I had to go to the halfway house. Then after I got off the parole, then I was on a fucking curfew. And then, they kept me on a curfew because of the gang enhancement bullshit. Mm-hmm. They kept me on that curfew thing. So I had a car in California that was being worked on. You seen it, my 39 Chevy. And I was like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And that punk out there was like screwing me around. And, bro, as soon as I got off probation or parole, I moved to Arkansas. I jumped in my truck, hooked up my trailer, and I went right to California. I got my car. That's when I knocked that punk's teeth out. And it was funny because when we walked in, the kid in the office comes out and he goes, hey, we don't want no trouble. And we said, hey, get back in and shut your mouth and just mind your own business. Mm-hmm. And then the other guy who was with me in Spanish told him, don't use the phone or don't call the cops or anything. And then this dude in Spanish tells the guy that's with me, who used to be a Hell's Angel too, he tells him, oh, hey, so-and-so said that Peewee wouldn't hit him because, he just got out of prison for doing that. He ain't going to do it again. Mm-hmm. Well, he was wrong, bro. As soon as he laughed, I lit him up. Pow, pow, pow. Teeth were flying.
It's a different kind of case.
Right. And I was just like, well, if I'm going to prison in California, let's go.
Yeah, it's a different kind of case. You didn't go to prison for just punching. You went to prison because you were the president. Right. You brought them there.
Right.
That DA hated you. You
right.
called her a cunt. And little Johnny come running behind you just sticking him. So that wasn't just a fight.
I'll tell you, the funny thing was, we were getting on JetBlue to go to New York one time, and we were getting on, wear patches on, and Oscar Goodman was in front of me.
Oh, Oscar.
And I go, come on, Oscar. And he didn't really know me.
Yeah.
But I just said, come on, Oscar, you're holding up the whole line here. And he turned around like he was going to say something like, fuck off, you know, and he turned around and he sees me, he goes, hey, I love these guys. You know, he did it, right?
Oscar.
So I said, oh, hey, get us seats up here, first class. There was no first class, and I was making a joke about it, right? Because, you know, JetBlue's all one coach. But, yeah, he flew on the plane with us. And when he got off, he waved back, hey, take care, guys. Yeah. So it was pretty funny.
Lawyers John Mamet.
I tried to get him too, bro. He was top dollar.
He was the good one. He was the good one when you had your stuff going on. Oh, he was so good. Chip Siegel was really good.
I tried Mamet. I tried, and then somebody already got Spilaccio. Remember, his kid's an attorney too. JR already got him. I'm trying to think what the other guy's name was, bro.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about because it's on the tip of my tongue, on my head.
But Chesnioff, Dave Chesnioff, he was a good friend of mine. Me and Dave were good friends. Dave wanted a ton of money, you know, and I was like, man, the club ain't gonna pay it. You know who I wanted for a lawyer really bad, but my son Brad got him, and he was my lawyer once before, and Mello, he got me out of some stuff. Andy Levitt.
Oh, any of the Levitts or the Bells were really good at law.
Man, Andy kicked ass, man.
Yeah.
On a battery charge. Yeah, a fight happened down at the local at the Union Hall. And they were saying all this shit that I smashed this guy and all this stuff. It was all bullshit, you know?
Yeah, it
really was bullshit.
They
I'm not just saying because I'm on camera.
They come after you guys extra. It's like, hey, man.
Well, you know what's funny? You know? This guy that was up there testifying against us said the other guy fell down at the union meeting on the ground and that I was punching him in the face. Listen, I only punched him in the face once. And that's because him and Brad were fighting.
Yeah.
And I said, knock it off. And I got in between them, and I pushed Brad against the wall, and I pushed this dude. He was like a sergeant of arms for the union. And I pushed him back this way. And I turned around, I was going to tell him, just back off. He threw a punch, boom, punched me right in my forehead. You know me, bro. I just looked at him, I said, really? Pow! And I hit him, and he flew, and he hit the wall, but he didn't go down. And he just kind of like stood there, and he was wobbling. And I said, hey, man, don't ever put your hands on me, goon.
Yeah.
And then this other guy that was testifying says, I was trying to get the guy in the door, and I couldn't get him in because he was laying on the ground, and he was bleeding all over the place. And then they got the guy in there, the guy that I cracked. And he says, were they trying to pull you in? Andy Levitt says, were they trying to pull you in off the floor? Now, you know, they keep them all in a room so you can't...
Yeah.
Different rooms.
Right.
And you know what this guy says? This is the guy. This is the guy that I punched. He goes, ground. I never was on the ground. He never was.
Yeah.
They said, well, how'd you cut your ear? He goes, I really don't know. But I told Andy how he cut his ear. See, when he was fighting with Brad in there, they opened the door. When they opened the door, it's a steel door, and it's got the door. The door's like this. And then it's got like an overlap that goes like that, so you can't like pry into the door. Yeah. So it's got like a little bit, so it's got a lip on it. And what happened was they opened it up, and the lip hit him right here, cut his ear, and the blood was pouring down his ear. So it was his own friends pushing the door open that hit him in the head with the door. So, you know, all these guys say, hey, Peewee attacked him, Peewee this, Peewee that. Oh, man, next thing I was being charged with all kinds of shit, right? They come, they arrest me on the job. Yeah, I was on a fork truck when he came and arrested me. And then we beat that case. And it was funny because, like I said, sometimes my mouth can be the worst to me. And Gebhardt, do you remember him? Mm-hmm. He's a judge now.
Yeah.
Well, he was an attorney, the DA, remember? And he was one at that time that was prosecuting us. So we won the case, man, because those dudes lied. And when the one dude lied on the stand, and he says to him, well, why'd you tell the cops a different story? Now you're in court telling a different one. And this is what he said. Because I hated those guys. That killed the case right there.
Right,
and we had a black judge, woman, she actually started laughing. She says, this case dismissed. And we walked out of the courtroom, and me, with my mouth, bro, I'm walking out. No, there's a better one. Gethard, whatever his name is, he's standing by the door and he's like going through the thing. And now next trial is the wedding chapel.
Yeah.
So we beat this one. We're walking past them. I says, 1 down, 1 to go. I know, I shouldn't have said that.
I mean, they came at you guys. There was.
Well, he wasn't even he wasn't even the DA anymore.
Yeah.
Wilson was then, you know. So it's kind of,
Wilson is married to Nancy Glass.
right. Yes,
That
you're
was
right.
my sentencing judge. That fucking
Oh, I heard she was bad.
She's a bitch. Oh, she's bad. She makes dudes cry and everything. It's like, you don't have to put all that on it, lady.
Well, that piece of shit Filani, that judge I had, Filani, that son of a bitch. When I was talking at first, he goes, well, you got anything to say? And I just said, well, you know, I don't see the point of going to prison, what that's going to do for me, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he's going through this paperwork, and he's, you know, he's paging through it. And then I said, that's about it. And he goes, he takes his glasses, pulls them up, he goes, oh, are you done? Are you done? And I looked at him and I go, yeah, I'm done. Because right then and there, I knew I knew I was like, you know, getting that butt plug shoved up my ass. And I go, yeah, I'm done. And he goes, okay, I'm going to sentence you to 2 to 5 years out in High Desert State Prison for deliberately sucker punching this man in the face.
Hey,
Rick,
right in front of him.
Rick,
I see.
there was no way I was going to take that because he saw me, right? And hey, reached in his pocket. So here's what I said. I said, sucker punch. No, you're wrong, Your Honor. I said he reached in his pocket and I lit him up. I didn't think he was giving me the keys to his car.
Right.
And here's what he said to me, word for word. Well, Mr. Goldsmith, you should have waited till he brandished a weapon from his pocket and tried to use it on you before you acted. And, you know, I just shook my head like, fuck this. You know, you get to prison, all the guys say, why didn't you tell him, hey, man, would a cop have done that? Cop will shoot you as soon as you put your hands in your pocket.
Yep.
I seen cops last night that live patrol. And the guy says, hey, I tell you again, keep your hands out of your pocket, you're going down to the ground.
Yeah.
So cut the bullshit,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This son of a bitch reached in his pockets. I didn't think, you know, he was giving me the keys to his car, so.
No.
I really didn't know it was going to be that bad, though, you know? I think it's the size of that fist, man.
It is. It's like a melon.
Yeah.
But,
Shit happens.
I mean, it does. It does. And you being sentenced to that, I really do believe George was going to get you way worse.
Well, the only good I hope comes out of this now, in this interview, you know what I mean, this podcast is, I hope my son does reach out to me, you know, I mean, he's starting to.
Yeah. I mean,
And his sister's getting married, so I mean, you know, hopefully we can, you know what I mean, like, coexist with each other during this
even
opportunity.
nod heads at each other from across the wedding. You know, like, it's been so long. And not having my dad and him being gone.
Well, I never had a dad.
Yeah.
My dad split when I was 5 years old, and I never had a dad. I never even used the word dad on anybody. The thing with Brad is, you know, he's got like this.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.